Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Niki Nolia and my student's number 2061211082. Here I would like to explain about 5 types of assessing. They are assessing reading, grammar, writing, speaking, and the last assessing speaking. And this video is made to complete my final test of language learning assessment. So without any further ado, let's get started for the first materials. Okay, for the first topic is assessing reading. The goal of reading assessment is to provide feedback on the skills, processes, and knowledge resources that represent reading abilities. Reading assessments are used for many purposes. However, any appropriate use of reading assessments begins from an understanding of the reading construct and awareness of the development of reading abilities and effort to reflect the construct in assessment tests. Here, I would like to explain two topics about the genre of reading and the types of reading comprehension. Nah, the genre reading in here membantu readers untuk memprediksi atau mengenali teks tersebut itu berbicara mengenai apa. Jadi sudah bisa kita prediksi isinya dari genre of reading. Here divided into 3 types. The first is academic reading, second is job-related reading, and the last personal reading. Academic reading such as technical reports, journal articles, essay, paper, textbooks, thesis, and dictionary, and etc. The second is job-related reading. Nah, job-related reading here, for instance, like message, letters, email, memo, schedule, announcement, and etc. And personal reading, such as newspaper, magazine, greeting cards, invitation, maps, and etc. The second topic is of reading comprehension. Nah, di sini dibagi menjadi 3, literal, referential, and critical comprehension. Literal is the basic stage of comprehension. Is it to find information and idea that are explicitly stated in text. The second, referential comprehension. Itu sedikit lebih tinggi daripada literal comprehension, di mana students go beyond what is said and analyzing for deeper meaning. Jadi analisisnya lebih mendalam lagi daripada yang literal comprehension. Dan terakhir, critical reading. Critical. Jadi di sini adalah levelnya lebih tinggi, paling tinggi, seperti halnya analyzing idea, evaluating information, and the information will get after the students have understood the idea and information that the writer has presented. The second topic is assessing grammar. Here I would like to explain about 5 characteristics to measure communicative grammar, and the second about principle of assessing grammar. 5 characteristics here. The first, the test must provide more context than only a single sentence is clear. Second, the test taker should understand what the communicative purpose of the text is. Jadi, maksud dan tujuannya itu juga harus jelas. And the third, should also know who the intended audience is. And the fourth, must have to focus on meaning and not from to answer correctly. And the last, recognize is not sufficient, and the task taker must be able to produce grammatical responses. Jadi dalam assessing grammar itu juga harus mengenal unsur-unsur grammatical. The next is important principle. What are we trying to measure? Nah, yang pertama, ini berdasarkan ahli, English grammar is chiefly a system of syntax that decides the order and pattern in which words are arranged into sentences. Second, separated but closely related to assessing writing and assessing speaking. Jadi, assessing grammar di sini include or is a part of assessing writing and speaking. Jadi masuk ke dalam penilaian writing dan penilaian speaking. Jadi dalam menilai speaking dan writing itu grammar juga dimasukkan seperti. For the third topic is assessing writing. Nah, here I would like to explain about 6 traits of writing. Dapat saja ideas, organization, voice, word choices, sentence fluency, and convention. Now, ideas, is like main idea, main topic that you will develop in your writing. Second, organization is about the writer writes completely the structure of paragraph. As we have known, the structure is like there's introduction, major supporting ideas, minor supporting ideas, and etc. Voice is the heart and soul, the magic along with the feeling and conviction of the individual writer coming out through the words. Voice di sini supaya menghidupkan lagi karya atau writing in your own text. And the next, word choices. Nah, pilihan kata di sini supaya apa? Supaya memperkaya and make it colorful and precious language that moves and enlightens the reader. The next sentences, fluency is like the rhythm and flow, the language, the sounds of word patterns, the way in which the writing plays to the ear, not just to the eye. Jadi bukan hanya enak didengar tapi juga enak dipandang. The last, convention is about mechanical, there is spelling, paragraphing, grammar, punctuation, use of capitals. Now, for the next topic, I will explain here about types of writing performance. Nah, di sini ada 5 apa saja: imitative, intensive, self-writing, display writing, and the last, real writing. Nah, yang pertama, imitative. Imitative is the basic stage or level of writing. Mengapa disebut basic level or stage? Karena di imitative writing here, we would like to learn about letters, word, punctuation, and brief sentences. Second, intensive. Intensive ini sedikit lebih tinggi daripada imitative, include skill in producing appropriate vocabulary, collocation, idioms, and correct grammatical features. Nah, di sini mulai belajar mengenai grammatical features. The next step is self-writing. Is it free to express your idea into your own words, such as note-taking, diary, or journal writing. As you know, self-writing. Jadi kita bebas mengekspresikan apa saja yang ingin kita tulis. Yang keempat, display writing, such as short answer exercise, easy explanation, and also research reports. And the last, real writing, such as academic, vocational, technical, and personal. The fourth assessing is assessing speaking. Here I would like to explain about some types of speaking tests and rating scale. Nah, some types of speaking tests, here they are discussion or conversation. So maybe the class set like discussion and having conversation with each student. Second, oral report, and then learner learn during discussion or decision making. I think it's like discussion. And the next, there is role play. Ya, jadi seru nih. Jadi assessing speakingnya dengan cara bermain peran atau it's like a drama. And there is interview, question and answer session, and masih banyak lagi. Nah, untuk assessing speaking di sini itu bagaimana cara guru bisa memberikan ruang untuk siswa, they can speak fluently, confidently di dalam kelas seperti itu. Nah, assessing speaking ini juga bisa diinkludkan dalam reading, assessing readings. Misal siswanya itu disuruh membaca keras, jadi membaca di sini juga kan menggunakan assessing speaking ya. Kita juga menilai speakingnya bagaimana dalam mengucapkan the word or sentence. Selanjutnya analytic rating skill. Nah, di sini rating skillnya itu apa saja yang dinilai dari assessing speaking. Nah, ada accent, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Nah, aksen di sini itu mengenai aksennya ketika dia mempronunciation kan word itu seperti apa, jelas atau tidak. Nah, selanjutnya grammar. Nah, seperti yang sudah saya jelaskan sebelumnya, bahwa grammar itu include this assessing speaking and assessing writing. Dan then vocabulary, kosakata yang digunakan itu bervariasi atau tidak, penguasaan kosakatanya sudah sampai mana. Selanjutnya fluency, kelancaran dalam dia speaking itu seperti apa. Selanjutnya comprehension di sini ketika diajak conversation dia tuh get the point or last point seperti itu. Nah, for the last assessment is assessing listening. Here I would like to explain about bottom up processing and top down processing. Bottom up itu apa? Bottom up processing it refers to the process of understanding information through sound, analyzing word meaning and grammar. Nah, jadi bottom up di sini ketika listening itu kita membreakdown about word meaning, grammar, and sound analysis. For example, like semisal listeningnya seperti ini. The boy who gives me a flower yesterday. Nah, kita breakdown. Jadi the boy who gives me a flower yesterday itu kita breakdown masing-masing wordnya. Nah, how about top-down processing? Top-down processing is refers to the use of schemata or prior knowledge to understand the information received. Seperti contoh kalimat sebelumnya, the boy who gives me a flower yesterday. Nah, kita itu men-setting pertanyaan. Misal, what things are given? Who? Pelakunya siapa? When? Kapan? And where? Seperti itu. Well, I think enough for my presentation. If there is mistake that I have made, I apologize. And as I say, thank you. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.